Firmness of a single town, so obscure that, except on this occasion, it has never been mentioned by any historian or geographer, exposed the disgrace of the emperor and empire. Azimus, or Azimuntium, a small city of Thrace on the Illyrian border, had been distinguished by their martial spirit of its youth, the skill and reputation of the leaders whom they had chosen, and their daring exploits against the innumerable host of the barbarians. Instead of tamely expecting their approach, the Asamuntites attacked. In frequent and successful sallies, the troops of the Huns, who had gradually declined the dangerous neighborhood, rescued from their hands the spoil and the captives, and reunited their domestic force by the voluntary association of fugitives and deserters. After the conclusion of the treaty, Attila still menaced the empire with implacable war. Unless the Atamuntites were persuaded or compelled to comply with the conditions which their sovereign had accepted, the ministers of Theodosius confessed, with shame and with truth, that they no longer possessed any authority over a society of men who so bravely asserted their natural independence, and the king of the Huns condescended to negotiate to equal exchange with the citizens of Azazmus. They demanded the restitution of some shepherds who, with their cattle, had been accidentally surprised. A strict, though fruitless, inquiry was allowed, but the Huns were obliged to swear that they did not detain any prisoners belonging to the city, before they could recover two surviving countrymen, whom the Azamuntites had reserved as pledge for the safety of their lost companions. Attila, on his side, was satisfied and deceived by their solemn asseveration that the rest of the captives had been put to the sword, and that it was their constant practice immediately to dismiss the Romans and the deserters, who had obtained the security of the public faith. But every soldier, every statesman, must acknowledge that, if the race of the Azamuntites had been encouraged and multiplied, the barbarians would have ceased to trample on the majesty of the empire. I love these stories as they're about a locus of control for me. If what you worry about is world news, Attila's coming, desperation sets in, everyone just assumes that they will have no chance of victory. Or you could focus on what you can control, take things into your own hands, and attack. Be the best people you could be, stand together as one, work together, and as the whole world burns around you, you can be the beacon of light and good. Stop focusing on things we can't control. Who's the president? Is there a war on the other side of the planet? And focus on your neighbors. Try to be the best and strongest version of yourself that you can be. Build a community and a small group of like-minded, hardworking people. Be the Azamuntites. Stand together, shoulder to shoulder, do the right thing, and help one another. Focus locally before nationally or internationally.